Yeah, Casey was very good. I thought his first quarter was very good. Probably set the tone in terms of defensively, a few intercept possessions, but also just his offense. He was able to get ball moving forward, and I think in the end set the tone for the way the game was played. And I think in the end we nearly had 30 minutes of time in forward half. So intercept marks through the midfield, and also just his ability to get the ball forward was damaging. And he's had a great season so far, and his performance on the weekend was really good. Yeah, Slim was very good. Kicked 2 goals. Ran on the wing, ran all day. Provided offense, overlap run. It was a really good game, and I guess him and Matt Crocker were really good on the wings, being able to play that role. And I guess they got the reward today for some hard work in the pass and running patterns that they're really good at. So they cash in on those days when you can. And Slim did that, kicked 2 goals and set up a few others. I think something like 11 score involvements for Slim. So a really good game from him. And like I said, both wingmen were really good, and it's a pleasing reward, I guess, for all the hard work they do when we don't get noticed, and then on days when they do, they played really well. Yeah, Dan, probably we sort of, I guess, with him and Paciullo and Allen, played a few different roles this year forward, bit of ruck, but on the weekend, after Josh hurt his shoulder early, Dan basically did 90% of the ruck, I reckon, after quarter time. So it was a great effort by Dan to do that, which allowed, I guess, Pooch to play as a permanent forward, and it was great by Pooch to be able to do that, to give us our rotations, and after he hurt his shoulder. But that was a really good effort by him, and he took, I think, 10 marks and a handful of those intercept marks and in defence, and he really helped with us, I guess, our shape behind the ball to be able to defend and stop those West Adelaide ball movement, especially through the midfield, and we're able to get repeats. So it's probably the best game I've seen Dan play this year.
What impressed you the most?
I guess our start and our defence, even though I think it was still 1 point to 1 point each, with 7 or 8 minutes into the game, I felt like we controlled the game and had shots on goal. We just didn't capitalise, and then we still had the ball in our forward half, which was pleasing. But the defensive side of the game was the best I've seen us play all year, and been able to execute that. Like I said, I think it ended up being 30 minutes or just over 30 minutes time in forward half, which I think if you're normally around 10 minutes, you win comfortably. So to be 30 minutes is huge, and I think that was the pressure that built on West Adelaide all day, and our ability to defend and also defend in our forward half. Like we had a lot of repeat entries, 62 inside 50s, but a lot of them were like repeats. So West Adelaide would win the ball, kick it out. We'd have a lot of defenders and mids holding our good shape, and then be able to get back inside forward 50. So in terms of that, it was hard to score because the game was always played in our forward half. But I thought in the second and third quarter we played some really good footy and were able to hit the scoreboard, and probably again should have got a better result with some of our entries. But I guess the pleasing was to keep the opposition scoreless or goalless. Sorry. Yeah, there's a couple of the younger lads. I think Jared Dakin's season's been building beautifully and really nicely. He's played some really important roles in some games, like some at half forward. Against South Adelaide, he sort of did a bit of a mining job on Broadbent and was really good. And he's a kid who really wants to get better. He's come from Tassie. He's really embraced, I guess, the club and the culture and how we want to be and the roles and that. And he's one who's just plays his role every week, and probably doesn't get the accolades he deserves, but he's been playing some really good footy. And the other's probably Guy Page. I think each week for the last, or for this year, he's played his role each week. And him and Rory Ullman, probably do a lot of the unknown or the unseen things, the defensive side of things, especially, down the back line. And I think guys like, Vossi and Henry Carey get the rewards for a lot of work that Ullman and Page do, especially defensively. So, but I think, like I said, we got a really good balance down back. Jared Dakin's probably the one. He's been really good the last 6 weeks in terms of playing his role. Hopefully just that, our defensive structures and shape and that is really important. And when we do that well, I sort of had a look at our stats over the last 6 weeks, and I think we're averaging about 50 points a game or 40-something points a game in the league, and 55, I think, in the reserve. So in terms of that, the game plan and the way we want to defend, and that has been really good the last 6 weeks. I think the reserves are 5-1 and we're 4-2. So in terms of that, the last, that's been the pleasing thing, and the players are starting to realise now that that's sort of, if we do that each week, we're a good chance to win.